So this week around, I was creating a login process, and I have this page that I added. It's called admin PHP. So I'll just have that running, and we'll see how it works. So if I click my account, which is this link, it takes me to this next login page. Now I want to say sign up, and then I want to enter this this new user. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do all the time. It's drawing, sorry about that. So that was the email that I copied. Then first name is admin, last name is user, and then the password. I'll take this password here. So then I'll register. Okay, so these two messages, this is the first print array. I just wanted to go, I'll explain what I did, but this message basically is telling you that, you know, look, you admin is the name you've registered. Now use your email and password to log in. So because we're doing cookies and sessions, if you look through my accounts, each and every controller has a session start. Once that session start, I have access to a global array, which is sessions. This name of the global array. And once that session was in, once that global session is open, once you register, I created another element code within that array. It's called another key called registered with the value of true, and then another key with message with the message that needs to be rendered once you are successfully registered. So then in the admin, in the login, I then have a conditional statement which looks through the global associative array sessions and check to see if registered is equals to true. Once registered is equals to true, it's printing out the structure of this array and this message which says that, and then I basically echo the other key, which is the message that needs to be rendered, and that's how I have those two there. So then you see it then shows you that. So now to actually log in, I'll take my email, I'll add that, I'll take the password, I'll add that. Now then I'll sign in. Then it does sign in, as you can see. So while we're still on the admin, this is now the admin page that it has. So I'll just go ahead and I'll validate the HTML and I'll validate the CSS. So there's no warnings, there's no issues here. Then I'll go ahead and I'll validate the CSS as well while we're still there. No errors found. Then I'll validate this one as well. There's no errors, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is now the logout and the whatnot. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to show you that once you log in, you want to give access to different levels of different members that would have logged into the admin. To do that, I went into my admin, and then just below my unordered list, I have the PHP tag, and within this PHP tag, I've entered the conditional statement, which basically accesses the global associative array and checks into client data. Now, this client data, where is it coming from? If you look through my I made a function earlier on in model that basically gets the client, and then it returns client data. Then when I went to my accounts, to my account index, the controller, within the case of logging in, I basically then this is the data, the information that you supply. Sorry. So you have supplied here the email, you have supplied, then I check that email. I have another function that checks the email. Then I take the password, I make sure that that password is sanitized as well as the email and cleansed. Then I check the password as well. Now I'll then check here with the conditional statement to see that, to make sure that these fields have been provided. Then after that, I have the get client function that I had defined earlier on within my account model. Then once I pass the parameter of the client email, that's what's used now within the SQL query to get the member that has the email that matches to the email that has been passed as a parameter. Then once that's done, I have a hash check that basically takes the password that was hashed and stored in our database against the password that has been provided by the user. And then after it checks that, I have another conditional that then check to see if this matches. If it's not matching, then it will ask you to check your password. If not, which means, if you have submitted everything that's good, then there's another key that I added in there. It's called logged in. Then the value is set to true. Then after that, I remove the last element of the client data, which is the password, and I don't want that to linger around in that associative array. That would be dangerous. Once that's that, then I take client data, what's left of the client data after copying that. Then I add that into the client data key that is added into the global associative array. Now, once I'm logged in, so now I'm in. Now what's left is it's also showing that you're logged in here, and the name is admin. It's also welcoming you here. So what's left now is to make sure that different levels of different members has access to the next stage, which is, if I go to my database here and I refresh it, reload, you see that I've added admin. Now if I increase the admin's level to, as you can see at the moment, there's no anything else other than this. Now if I increase the level of this member to level 2 here, then I come, then I refresh this here, you see that it then gives you access to the vehicle controller. So then if you click that, it then takes you to here. But so that would depend from one level to the other. But the way that I implemented that was that in my admin, I have a conditional statement which goes into my associative array, access the global data, then access the client level, and then after it accesses that, then it then evaluates to see if it's greater than 1. If it's greater than 1, then I echo this HTML. If it's not, then it doesn't deliver that. So that's how basically that works. Then you can obviously access that, but that's something that I have to work on the CSS of that. But if you click that, it takes you back. If you click the welcome, it takes you back to this admin whatnot. So then I have to go to my to my add vehicle, and then work on the CSS to render properly. Same thing on my get classification. I'll have to add on CSS, but that's how it's working at the moment. I can actually log out as well. So now I'm logged out. So that's how that works. And the thing, the logged in is working rather well. So this was me learning cookies and sessions and how to work with that, and keeping track of the traffic that happens on our database, on our website or web application. I think that's all. Cheers.